Okay,
Bye.
bye. Have a good one.
So long. Goodbye.
Hope this conversation.
All right. So we did a show riffing on this guy and his content and the silly, goofy, dumb things he was doing. I offered that if he wanted to have a chat, he was more than welcome to have a chat. This was the result. So, he doesn't care about the audience. He doesn't care about children. He doesn't care who's listening. He just wants a soapbox, and he just wants to be able to say whatever he wants to say. And he seems to think that 9-year-olds and 13-year-olds can consent to sex. So that's a thing.
Also, like, didn't he say he said he didn't need to prepare. He needs to prepare.
He needs to prepare.
He needs to prepare if he wants to come in these conversations. And yeah.
Sorry, Monty, I had to cut you off because you were swearing too much.
What? Oh, really? I'm so sorry. Yeah, I knew you had a good reason to do that.
I figured you didn't realize. He didn't seem to notice either, so I just muted you because you got too excited and you were just spitting off. So I was like, oh, I don't want. If he's gonna run away, I would rather he run away because he's not willing to actually have the conversation or actually own up to anything, and that he's not even here to do anything of value anyway.
Yeah. So the thing is that, yeah, I did tweet with him and ask him if he wants to join us. But then he has to explain his reasons why he wanted to join us. And he's like, because you asked. I'm like, okay, so we are trying to have a conversation. I don't care. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Do you think he just comes into any conversation that anybody says? Like, if he doesn't care, then why is he concerned that people are criticizing him?
I don't know. He popped in the chat.
He also didn't have any reason as to why it was acceptable, because, well, the answer is he had to jump to immediately, I don't care, because he didn't want to answer the question as to whether or not it was acceptable and why it wasn't acceptable for a stranger to walk up to a child at a playground and do what he does to people.
Yeah, and then this is what it is, and then trying to conflate whether it's legal or socially acceptable.
Right, that's what he got mad about it being socially acceptable. It's like, no, there are legal conditions for consent.
And talking to kids in a playground and talking to kids on internet, online, are two very different things, dude. Very different things.
Well, at least in the playground in general, the parent is physically present to intervene as necessary.
And walking on the street, too. There's generally a parent present. So talking to kids online, it's very different. The opportunities for exploitation, the degree of secrecy, the way you can hide your information and still get away with doing things is on much massive magnitude, magnanimous scale. So for you to just obfuscate to is very, very, I don't know, I should call you arrogant or ignorant, I don't know, or disingenuous, I don't know. Pick your poison.
So I'm going to go through real quick.
And for you to say...
Sorry, go ahead.
And if you don't care, then why do you care that people are criticizing you? Why do you repost other people's tweets and say, oh, this is not what it is, I'm going to post the context, if you don't care? You care. That's why you want to present a context, but when people don't buy your bullshit, then you go, okay, I don't care.
Yeah, this is his pinned tweet.
This is like the 280 words, tweet.
The thing was, he also got really upset about the idea of the number of times. It's like, no, you don't understand. It's not acceptable to even do it once.
Yeah. I was like, why do it in the first place? That's what my question was. And he wasn't answering that. He was just going on tangents.
So just to get some of the super chats in here,
and he told me, he used a metaphor or a saying by saying that, oh, pull up your skirt and have a look, with his child in the background. Right. Awesome, dude. Awesome.
And he's worried about someone swearing. He really seemed not. God's auditor made a good point. He really did not seem very interested in clarifying or correcting that sex thing and consent thing.
That actually triggered him. That actually triggered him to get off.
Oh, well, whatever. Godless Scummer for 2 said... Charity. Godless Scummer for 2 said, the kid was mature, the Nambla defense. Oh, yikes. Slicebar
Oh
came for
God.
666, said, he are not teaching morality, you are imposing religious indoctrination. Correct. And Godless Scummer for 2 said, Manscaped should sponsor him as he likes grooming.
Oh God.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Savage.
Savage. And that's
Well,
what my thing is.
that was
That's why
fun.
the first time when yeah, that's why when first time he told me, oh, he goes into Fortnite and he talks to kid, I was like, what? What the fuck? And I think so. There's someone behind him who's sitting on a system who looked like an adult, and they told him not to do that even once. Like, dude, what are you thinking?
No, the adult behind him was concerned that we were definitely having a what did they say? A friendly or something conversation? So the sarcasm from the background, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said something, but I was like, nah, it's okay, it's fine.
And
all right, well,
and the whataboutism, the amount of whataboutism this dude went through. Oof. Oof. And the no true Scotsman's fallacy that he was trying to bring in. Or are you Christian?
Yeah. You know what was really fun about that? He tried to call out the reason why we were saying something and wasn't right a single time, but the one time I did it, I was like, oh, he's like, oh, exactly. I'm like, yes, I understand. I understand you because I'm listening and I'm paying attention. You don't understand me because you're not listening or paying attention because you don't care. Which he wasn't
listening. He wasn't listening to us. He just wanted to talk at us. He was doing that. We were trying to listen.
Correct.
And
you saw, like, after I got, it was a problem that we were listening because as soon as we went back to say, okay, well, what about this or what about that, I was like writing down some of the questions. I had notepad.
That's called that type of method, if I might say, or that kind of method is called filibustering, where you just keep talking over the other person and don't let them finish their point.
Right.
That's a tactic that's used in debates.
You've also got a situation where you've got somebody who is a young earther, anti-science, anti-education person who wants to educate children about biological sex.
Yeah.
Well, because the thing is like, if you play Fortnite, you have to understand that even though he is tweeting on his own Twitter, right? He is retweeting somebody else's content.
That's what I said, yeah.
Dragging that individual, and so, yeah, he is going after an individual by doing that. But besides that, because he jumped into this cancel thing that nobody brought up until that point, so he tried to backtrack into that. Fine, whatever. But he is talking to his audience. His audience, if he's playing these games, as Ninja knows, because Ninja has talked about this, if he wants to talk about other creators, are between certain ages. There is a demographic. Twitch has analytics that will tell you what age group you are looking at, who is making your audience up. And like I said, even if your audience is a majority of adults, why do you think the majority of adults are going to think it's interesting that you had this conversation with a child? You 100% branded yourself that way, or at least branded your videos that way.
Yeah. Why make those thumbnails? Why put kids in your titles? And
did those parents, if those kids are minors, they might not have consented to the content you use and what you made, so there may very well be a legal issue involved in this if those kids are ever identified.
And also, if you notice, his videos are not like 30 minutes long or like 45 minutes long, like how long, I don't know how long the Fortnite game is. These are like chunks of like 20, 18, 15 minutes, 12 minutes. We don't know how long conversations he has had with those kids. This is all edited. So, I don't know. So you take out the context yourself and then you whine about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let the context stay in there. Why not let it stay in there? I wonder why. Can I speculate now? As you were trying to speculate what our intentions were, sir? My guy?
I do enjoy the are you American? None of us are.
Are you American? Nah, none of us are Americans, dude.
Nope.
Oh, God. That was glorious. Hey, listen, I was just trying to have a conversation with him. I was just like, would you like to join us?
I can't stand by this hypocritical, it's okay if I do it because I believe what I'm saying is the truth.
It's
Lots
true.
of people
You're
believe what they
pagan.
say is true. In fact, that's a component of belief. You can't believe something you don't think is true. And so it's not only redundant, but it tells me that you probably don't have the education to be speaking on the topics that you are speaking on. But
Mm.
besides that, it tells me that
I
you don't you can't anybody would be allowed to do what you're doing about any topic, any of them, because they believe what
so
they're saying is true. You can say
so
anything to a
for him to
kid.
say, yeah, and on his timeline, on his Twitter, he said esports missionary. Why
Yep.
aren't you a missionary in real life? I wonder.
Why did you choose to
I
do this on
wonder
the internet?
why.
Is it because you think
Yeah,
you can make more money on the internet? Is that why?
possibly. He has a
Mm.
website, Dr. Witnesser, witnessmysteries.org, ministry, sorry, .org, bringing the gospel to gamers. Fuck my life. Listen, I'm not good. The thing was that I was ready to listen to him, but the statements he was making in between was so like asinine. I was just like, dude, that's what happens when an
Welcome to the
American
Witnesser
meets
Ministry
non-American.
about Edward Preach. Edward Preach, formerly Dr. Witnesser, goes into Fortnite duo and squad games, Call of Duty,
Uh
and
huh.
Sea of Thieves. His only goal to teach people about the Bible. Behind parents' backs. Original
Yeah.
Fortnite preacher dedicates himself to calling people out of Babylon, especially letting people know about the three angels' messages, teaching Bible truth, preparing hearts for the soon second coming of Christ. He's a Seventh day Adventist, but what's more, he's a Christian content creator, Christian streamer, Christian YouTuber, and Christian TikToker. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to take. Why would you put streamer and YouTuber? Probably because it used to say Twitch.
Yeah.
You name
Mm-hmm.
it. Furthermore, he does not. He does it to try to reach gamers with the gospel online. So here's the thing, right?
Mm.
You have a bit of an issue when you want to try to have a conversation and you're going to be rude, you're going to interrupt people, you're going to assume what the other people have to say or what they're saying or what their motivations are for saying it instead of actually engaging in the conversation.
Yeah. He didn't let you finish. He didn't let me finish. And he tried using the excuse of there's a lag. No,
He was
maybe
way
at some time.
worse. He was way worse
Yeah.
with you than he was with me.
Yeah. And
Oh
I
yeah.
had to like scream at him to make him stop like interfering with me. I'm just like, boy, can you let me finish? It's like, and it's So yeah, so one, I wonder why he's not a mainstream minister, because I guess um
Silly Goose says actually
convincing adults of like stories is very much more difficult
it's
than
still
children,
not an
isn't it?
appropriate thing to do to adults. He's basically doing the annoying megaphone thing, but on video
Yeah.
games, which is like
Yeah.
annoying, and you shouldn't bother people like that. It's frustrating,
Yeah.
but especially since you're
And his
doing it for
only
content.
and his
But it's not
only
illegal.
yeah,
His only
and his
defense
only,
was,
what do
"Is
you
it
say?
illegal? Should it
Yeah,
be?"
that's what I was going to say. His only defense was, in the end, it's not illegal, so I can do it. That if that's what you got in the end, boy oh boy.
I
I
hate,
wonder what
especially
else you're doing that's not illegal.
so. Well, here's the thing: if you want to use that argument, you're already telling me that you're not preaching morality to people because you don't understand what morality is. Because
Yeah.
laws follow societal's expectations
Or
and morality at the time, not the other way around. By the way laws function.
you have different standards of morals for yourself, higher standard of
Right.
morals for yourself and your children, and lower for others. Because you don't consider them as your equals. Because he was like, I wouldn't let
Or
my children to be subjected to that, but I can do
right,
it to others' children
right,
behind their back.
because he's a hypocrite.
He's a hypocrite. Double standards. Definitely double standards. And he thinks he's higher above people who are not Christians, which is so sad. So sad. He could have been a regular guest on a show, if it was if he was not such
Are you
such an
kidding? I hope he
asshole.
comes back and I can bring him on with Dapper and we can talk about the age of the
You
Earth.
right? Yeah, let's go. He's like,
there were
you
so
are
many
wrong.
things.
It's not billions of years old. It's 6,000 years old. Yeah, because Hinduism says
can't-
kind of accurately predicts the age
The
of
amount-
Earth to around
the
4
am-
to 4.5 billion years.
The amount of waffling and the amount of attempts at detracting from a question when I was halfway through
Pivoting,
the sentence
switching.
was amazing. Anyway,
This is a masterclass on how to deal with people who throw everything at you that's there in the debate book at you. Waffling, filibustering, switching, and yeah, pivoting.
Yeah, real quick, Silly Goose just said he streams on TikTok and on YouTube. That's why it just says streamer. Except it doesn't just say streamer. It says content creator, streamer, and then it also mentions YouTube and TikTok specifically. So, like, it's just bad grammar.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's not a big
bad
deal.
sentence structure. Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, well. That was fun. Another hour and a half. We thought we were going to finish on time to this session.
God's Auditor actually has a really, really fucking good point before we leave. Does he ask permission to use the kids on the video? No, then it's child exploitation.
Yeah. And as I said, he's using the children's naivety that they don't know much about the Bible to start preaching them Bible. Oh, do you know about Bible? Yeah,
well,
of course.
Why you asked
okay,
about
here
consent.
you go.
That's why you asked about consent,
yeah.
And then he got really weird about consent.
Yeah, for some reason. God. Ugh. Because
I wonder what I think so.
This
guy. Okay, tell me if you think I'm wrong. Do you think this guy what do you think this guy's thoughts are on marital rape?
Oh, no, there's no marital rape according to him. There's no marital rape.
Okay, go on.
And also, he was weirded by consent, and I was weirded out further because he spoke about that child. That child was mature, and I was like, these are the people. Yeah, these are the people who justify child marriages because girls mature faster than boys. They think it's okay to sexualize young girls because youngs mature faster than boys. This is what the mindset. This is what comes from this whole thing about children being mature for their age. Bullshit. Children are still innocent. You do not get to take advantage of that.
He said that you could tell how mature somebody is based on having like a conversation with them. But if you're preaching, you're not having a conversation. And if you're talking to people the way you were talking to us, you also are not having a conversation. So you are in no position to determine anyone's maturity level.
Yeah. To say that, oh, that was me 3 years ago, the way he was talking now, the way he was trying to justify things now, I don't think he's changed. He might have changed his language a little bit. He's still talking to children. Yep. He's still talking to teenagers. And he's editing out stuff we don't know what. So, buddy, I don't believe you. Start posting your full streams or Fortnite streams and your full conversations, which might be hours long. Then I'll start believing
like
you.
The VODs?
Before that, bullshit. Yeah.
I'm not going to go through that much of this guy's content. It is a waste of my time.
Yeah. Don't need to. The first thing you see on his thumbnail is I talk to kids and there's a picture of a child and he's like, I'm using my son's picture. You're exploiting your son in front of the whole world while you're saying, oh, don't swear because my son's in the room. But you're okay with putting his picture on your thumbnail for everyone to see. Well, okay, got it.
And the trailer of the channel has his son in it. He's running around in the background, completely unaware that he was
in the background now. He was in the background now when we were talking.
Yep.
God,
this is specifically why I said it would be better to schedule something so that way he could do it in a time and a place where... Well, no, he wants an excuse. Also, why are you coming on a channel called Debate Hub and then saying you debate children as if children are capable of debating? They're not. Children aren't capable of debate. They're just not. There's not enough experience.
They might be capable.
They can argue.
They might be. Yeah, but they can be capable of debating with their peers when they are practicing to become debaters. They can have
a discussion. You can talk to a child. You can have a discussion. You're not having a
that's
debate.
Not a debate.
You're not debating children.
Yeah, God's auditor, don't swear my son's in the room.
Yeah, is a suppressive tactic. He's policing your language. Yes. No, I was aware of that. He gave us a heads up about that. I just decided to accept the condition.
Yeah.
And Manya broke it. Good job, Manya. Fuck
Yeah,
this guy.
man, I don't care. Who cares? Kids, you know how many. I'm quite sure he must have swore in front of his kids many times. Many times.
Maybe
And
not.
told them, don't say the word that your daddy said because that's a bad word. I'm
Maybe.
telling
Maybe
you.
not. Some people will disguise
It's
being a rude piece of shit as I didn't swear. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm a good guy. I don't swear. I preach Bible. I can't be a bad guy. Mm-mm.
I was
Mm-mm.
really looking forward to having a discussion with him saying, like, actually, it's been, like, a good number of years since I did that. I thought it was wrong to do so, and, so, like, when it was presented that way, and so I changed my tactic and I do it this way instead. Except all that's why as soon as he brought up the context thing, I was like, okay, but what is the missing information? And then he just repeated the same thing.
Oh, it will happen to everyone, so including the child you're talking to.
But in the
Doesn't matter
clip,
the
he
religion.
said, yeah, the clip followed, right? The
Yeah.
clip followed the whole way. But he does seem to have like
Yeah.
a thing against Muslims, though. He kept bringing Muslims up, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
but all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should get on
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Feel
This
free
is
to
good.
join us in the Discord maybe after this. I gotta go get a drink and stuff. And
Yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat.
I'll
Yeah.
probably hop into the chat if anybody wants to discuss this further. Feel free to join us.
Yeah. I don't know if Dr. Witness has left our Discord. I really hope he doesn't because we'll have a lot of conversations around this and if he wants to join us, he can. But he needs to let other people
I don't know
finish.
why you're streaming or why you're trying to talk to anybody if you don't care about anyone's opinions or don't care about having any kind of discussion and don't care about your audience.
Do you know what happened to a family that tried to exploit their children? The Daddy of Five, where they
Oh,
played
God.
pranks on their children?
Yeah, that was really bad.
Remember? Their channel was taken away and their children got taken away from them.
Yep.
Just be careful. I'm not saying that I'm not asking anyone to do this, but there might be someone out there who might think this is weird. This guy should not have children in his he shouldn't be a guardian of children because he doesn't know boundaries.
Well,
Or doesn't know how to follow boundaries with children. So you
thank you.
better be careful. Yeah.
It's better to be careful. You shouldn't. It's just better to not.
Yeah, he
have
left. I know.
kids in.
Oh, he left. Oh, okay.
So, thank you so much. That was Dr. Witnesser. You can feel free to go check out more of his content. The evolution denier, the young Earth creationist, and the guy who likes to preach to people on Fortnite and stuff. At least he said he asks now, so that's nice. And the guy who doesn't seem to have an issue with 9-year-olds being able to consent. So I'm gonna get on out of here. Thanks, Manya. I will be back live probably. What day is it tomorrow? Saturday. I'm busy Saturday, so I'll be back live on Sunday. I also have the live on Twitch, probably playing Tears of the Kingdom. So if you'd like to join for that, I like to make sure that everybody knows my content is not for children. So if you're a child, please go away. Thank you.
Yeah, don't, buddy.
As well as there will be the regular stream on Tuesday. There is videos that come out here, as well as shorts coming out in the next little while. And feel free to join us in the Discord and any of the links down below. I'll make sure to add this guy's stuff that he was shilling to the description down below as well, in case you guys are interested. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are going to get on out of here. Say bye, Manya.
Bye.